Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments you get priority reply. No instant, that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace.
What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx from the Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow from Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Most exciting man in boxing. Man in boxing. Land of Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellow Sports TV.
Hey, Steven. All right, let's cut to it, man. Appreciate everybody for coming in this morning. I decided to knock this out this morning. I was going to talk about Dale and Sonya Curry, maybe another place, another time, another live. But let's talk about Pacquiao. I didn't know this shit was real, but it was real. Pacquiao saying that Ugas was the easiest career, making more excuses up, and also him wanting to rematch, and also his wife feeding this nigga. He's so messed up. She feeding him soup. And then he said he wanted the Marquez, I think it was the Marquez 5. So let's talk about it, man. Turtle Island native, salute. This dude said that, it was a picture going on too, man. I can't find the picture, but it was a picture going on and him saying that, man. And to me, that's wild. I mean, he always got excuses, bro, with Manny Pacquiao. Even in some of his greatest defeats, there's excuses. I don't know what the excuse was after Marquez knocked him out. I'm pretty sure he had excuses, but, So there was a picture going around too, bro. It was a picture going around with him saying that. And I thought it was just like one of the parody posts. You know how people say, somebody say something crazy. I didn't know this was real. It was a parody post going on too, man. I gotta find a parody post. And I thought it was a parody post. This nigga say, Manny Pacquiao, and quote, my entire career, Ugas was one of the easiest opponents. He only had one style, and I should have been able to easily move away. You've seen how I have moved in my fights before. I couldn't move in this fight. My legs just stopped. Just take your L's like you take your wins. One of my easiest opponents. You know what I'm saying? This shit wild to me, man. Pacquiao can't take an L, man. Pacquiao one of them niggas. What up, Kobe? He one of them niggas in the mall where a girl be talking to him. When the girl be talking to him, she like, I don't want to talk to you. I got a man. Fuck you, bitch. He one of them dudes, bro. He one of them dudes for sure, man. Pacquiao is definitely one of them dudes who can't take rejection and can't take an L. You know what I'm saying? But Tony Nacho, salute, damn mess. I'm sorry, bro. Salute and shout out DC in here. Shout out to District of Columbia, DC. Put me in the pocket, put me in. So shout out to DC, man. But yeah, this nigga can't take no L at all. My legs just stopped working. People talk about water, but Pacquiao been doing this shit for years. He been doing this shit for years, man. He been making excuses. Well, your legs walked and they walked you to the ring. When no talk of this shit before the fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talk about water with excuses, but this man be having excuses for since I can remember. My neck didn't work, and my back, my shoulder, my like, dude, you lost, and you don't even have to make an excuse because people say you was 2 years inactive, 25 months to be exact, I think it was, and that you 42 years old. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. That shit crazy. He got more excuses than the mofo laid on child support. Why he's singing, getting the water treatment. You know why he ain't getting the water treatment for one. Everybody like him. He a nice guy, and that made a lot of people neglect the truth about him. The excuses and some of the other accusations that it was made against him in the past. You know, when you a nice guy, people don't really get mad. You think about Shane Mosley. When Shane Mosley got into that Balco situation, I know it wasn't a social media era, but it wasn't a big deal because Shane was able to get away with it because Shane is a genuinely nice guy. And can't nobody really fan him or picture a nice guy cheating. You know, even though the nicest people got some of the shortest tempers, you know, but at the same time, Pat Floyd just stayed being nice and he wouldn't have made as much money, but people probably would have gave him a pass. But Pacquiao nice, so he get away with a lot of stuff. You know, Wilder started talking about knockouts and what he gonna do, and people just never really took to Wilder. Even though Wilder's probably way more exciting to Manny Pacquiao. It's close. I don't really know too many boring Wilder fights, but I do know he had a boring Pacquiao had a boring fight with Rios, but that was just off him getting knocked out. You know, that was just based off him getting knocked out, man. And Dirty Lifestyle Man with them big ass legs he got making excuses. Facts. He's saying, you know, I got cramps, and then I can even see if he said, you know, the late replacement, but he said that, you know, he had fought southpaws. It was gonna take him a couple of days to fight southpaw. So, like I said before, man, the excuses, man, he ain't gonna get the Wilder treatment. But like I said before, Wilder made some crazy excuses all at once. You know, talking about somebody drugged the water, and it went from the water to the glove was flopping to what else he say? All types of shit. His corner threw the towel in prematurely, but then again, you say somebody got something in their glove. So if somebody got something in their gloves and they might take your life, shouldn't I throw the towel in the corner? Wilder just couldn't take that L. That's all it boiled down to. Wilder just can't take an ass whipping. You know, he just can't take an ass whipping. But yeah, Pacquiao, that's no excuse. You know, this is always excuses. I mean, Eric Morales, I forgot. I think he said he got robbed in that fight, the Floyd Mayweather fight. He said my shoulder and all this shit. But like I said before, he a nice guy. He quiet. He take pictures. He sing. He do autographs. People like Manny Pacquiao, and that's the thing. When people like you, you get away with whatever. You know, I couldn't picture him doing that unless you caught red-handed, and sometimes they still be able to get away. But like I said before, man, he didn't move. You know, he didn't move like he needed to move, but he was in there with Spence, man. He would just be waking up making excuses. Because Yordenis Ugas did a great job of countering what he did. Yordenis Ugas did a great job cutting the ring off and closing the distance. Had Ugas came out there trying to box and lose his movement, Pacquiao would have been able to warm his legs up in probably about the fourth or fifth round. He probably would have been Manny Pacquiao. Honestly, he probably would have been Manny Pacquiao. But when somebody, you know, like I said before, you know, when somebody, you know, pretty much like when your lawnmower broke, and some stopping the fuel from getting to the motor, it ain't gonna work. And what Ugas did, he didn't allow Pacquiao to warm up. He didn't allow him to prime himself. He didn't allow the fuel to get to the motor. He never let Pacquiao get started. That's what Spence was gonna do. The only question about Spence was Spence wasn't the counterpuncher that Ugas was, and Spence don't move his head off the line. We can talk about feet movement, foot movement, whatever you want to say, but Ugas had good head movement. If you notice, Ugas had better defense. And people would say, well, you know, Spence don't get hit that much. Like I said, he ain't fought nobody for real. You know, he fought Sean Porter, and Sean Porter hit him plenty. When you talking about fighting Mikey Garcia, Lamont Peters, Ocampo, of course, Ocampo lasted one round. Of course, he don't get hit that much. He ain't fought nobody that really tapped that ass. You know, but at the same time, when you look at with Ugas, he moved his head off the line. His counter punching and his head movement was the difference in that fight. And his body punching. People said, well, Spence would have went to the body. I think Pacquiao would have jumped in with a left hand. I think eventually Spence would have probably, you know, it would have been some moments where Spence would have had him in trouble. Where the refs talking about stopping him, but everybody talking about, well, Spence would have went the extra mile to stop him. Spence ain't no stop. Spence ain't nobody that stop people. Spence is a very disciplined fighter, you know, and his discipline doesn't allow him to stop nobody. He gonna keep doing the same thing. You know, Kell Brook, he wasn't really trying to stop Kell Brook. Kell Brook just couldn't fight the pace. He just stepped the pace up, and Kell Brook couldn't go there. With Pacquiao, I just think he would have been way worse than it was for Ugas. I think you would have been seeing Pacquiao. You would have been seeing Pacquiao go to sleep. If you would have went to sleep, you would have seen him go to sleep, and he probably would have been, after the fight, he probably would have been really injured. Wouldn't have been no post-fight press conference. Because Errol Spence beat you the fuck up. He might not stop you, but what is this? What is this? He might not stop you, but there we go. Look at this shit. This nigga talking about a rematch. Shout out to his wife, she a real one. This nigga talking about a rematch. Come on, man. He's talking about a rematch. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can't see that. Good. Hold on. I'm talking about shit that y'all can't see. Hold on. That shit wild. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Make sure I get the bigger picture. 1 second. Motherfucker talking about rematch. Rematch, nigga. Look at what UFC feeding you. Nigga don't need to be in the ring no more. Look at that. Do that look like a man that need to be in the ring? Be honest. Do I like a man that need to clap back on Ugas? And maybe he can be Ugas, but when you talk about activity, that's his fault. All these fighters are spoiled, and they didn't want to fight for short money during the pandemic. And these fighters want to fight for short money, but this is what happens when you don't fight for short money. This is what happens when you don't fight for short money. You become inactive and old. And that's what happened with Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman lost to Manny Pacquiao, he should have brought back. It's over with for Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, if somebody respectable fight Keith Thurman, they gonna stop Keith Thurman. You know, that's my thing. You know, it's over for Keith Thurman. We don't use it, you lose it. I tell my grandma that all the time. You know, use it, you lose it. If you don't get up and walk every day, you don't get up and read every day, you don't do crossword puzzles, you don't stimulate your mind, you lose it. You know, in Pacquiao, you can't be out for 2 years and come back versus a champion. If they stripped him and gave him to him or not, Ugas shows that he one of them fighters like Sean Porter. He rise and he falls to the level of his opponents. So, nigga, like I said, a lot of these people out here fighters, they gonna even including Terrence Crawford and the Charlo twins. Who else you got out there? You know, even the Charlo twins and Crawford, they stay in shape, but ain't no simulation. You know, you can't simulate real fight speed, real fight atmosphere. Crawford gonna be in trouble. You ain't fought since December. You know, motherfucker should have had to stay busy fight. Even if it's on ESPN Plus versus Butt Cheeks, he should have had to stay busy fight. He's another dude. I know he stay in the gym, he punching all that, but you only can simulate a real fight for so long. So these dudes fighting once or twice a year, you're gonna see the shelf life of fighters fall. You're gonna see one day fighters just fall off the cliff. When you fight, you gradually fall off the cliff. You gradually stop seeing the speed. You gradually stop seeing the balance. Kind of like with Pacquiao, you gradually not stop seeing stuff. Like with Floyd, you gradually stop seeing the foot movement or you know the punches and combinations. You gradually stop seeing that stuff. A lot of these fighters gonna end up just falling off the cliff at once. You ain't gonna see it coming. They just gonna shit. That nigga just Crawford. I think Charlo just fell off the cliff. You gotta fight. As you get older, you should get more active, not inactive. And then these dudes are inactive in a prime. So, like I said before, man, with Pacquiao, you just gotta he just should have took a couple stay busy fights. You know, even if he would have took short money to come on Fox, let's name some opponents out, and I'll get to the chat. Even if he would have took some opponents on Fox, he would have just did a little European tour and streamed it on Fox, or he just would have did a tour of Mexico, or even a tour of the United States, just fight some of the lesser name opponents. So Even if he did, that's why he's trying to do an exhibition with him. Even if he would have did an exhibition with Khan on Fox in the UK or some shit like that on Fox, Mega Bang, whatever, or had he would have fought Aborigine, or have he would have fought Sandy Masado, or if he would have fought the dude Michael Fox fought uh, Gabriel, whatever his damn name is, had he would have just fought Jesus Alejandro Ramos, had he fought some of those guys, just long as they was ranked, Alex Rocha. You know what? With Pacquiao, he should have. For one, he should have came back in July, stayed busy. But bar minimum, he should have came back in the first quarter of 2021 or 2020 and stayed busy. That's his fault. And even if he took a year off, cool. He should have came back and he should have did 3-fight deal on Fox. For at least they could have paid him at least $2 or $3 million. They could have gave Ivan Lube or Kita Orbre. They could have gave them 500,000 or 300,000. They would have been happy with that. He should have fought like 3 or 4 of them dudes before he got in there versus Ugas. When you making so much money, it's like that's like if you selling dope, you making so much money, you're not gonna move for nicks and dimes and half tracks and 8 balls, nigga. You ain't gonna move for ounces. You only gonna move for the big money, and that's what happened. These dudes don't want to take small money to stay busy. They want big money to fight small caliber fighters. And that's why Al only can have them work once or twice a year. He said, my people think Tyson Fury cheated both fights, even though Tyson hurt Deontay Wilder for 12 rounds. They said they got proof. But guess what? Money come over health. Money come over the well-being. Money come over proof of peace of mind. Money come over, the physical well-being of Wilder. They said they got proof. And I've been heard that. But money trumps all with Al Heyman. And when somebody just move for it, when somebody just when they basically based off of just money, they scary person. When somebody do anything for money and all they do is money, I don't care about nobody. I don't want dude in the sport anymore. I never respect Manny Pacquiao now. He always a sore loser. Ugas a little underrated. He really beat Porter. Yeah, he did. He said Russell Ugas looked great Saturday, but he's not competing with top 5. Well, why not? Sean Porter, top 5 welterweight. Why he ain't competing with a top 5 welterweight? That's bullshit. Because Spence Crawford, he just competed with Manny Pacquiao. So how he not competing with a top 5 welterweight? He just competed with Sean Porter. Sean Porter and Keith Thurman had a post fight. Why wouldn't he beat Danny Garcia? Why wouldn't he compete with Virgil Ortiz? Why wouldn't he compete with Conor Ben? Why wouldn't he compete with Alvarez? Why wouldn't he compete, with Mikey Garcia, Kavalaskis, So how you gonna say, or Custio Clay? So how you gonna say he can't compete with a top 5 welterweight? And he beat a top 5 welterweight, and a lot of people thought he beat Sean. So he already beat 2 top 5 welterweights. He didn't say any of that stuff. No, he did. What you mean he didn't say any of that? It's right here. Hold on. What you mean he didn't say none of that? Shut the fuck up, man, before I block your bitch ass. That's how I'm feeling this morning. What you mean? It's right here. Michael Benson don't lie. What you mean? The fuck you mean? Let me get him out of here, man. Man, y'all niggas need to do y'all. A lot of people ain't got wrenches, man. I don't care if he's 42 years old, bitch. Get out of here. All these Pacquiao lovers, man, but won't buy his fight. I don't think he may be 4 or 5 in welterweight. He number 2, right behind Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence not in commission no more, even though he out and about. I'm gonna do a video on that later. He out and about. Probably 4. What's good, Saul? What's going on? Hopefully everything good. Russell, salute. Ugas lose to any top 5. What you mean he beat? How you gonna lose to any top 5? And he beat Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people thought he beat Sean Porter. So how you lose to any top 5? Stop it. Stop y'all niggas. He lose to any top 5. He beat Manny Pacquiao. And y'all was annoying this motherfucker as the best. Easy opponent for Ugas, but shut both of his eyes closed. Man, yeah, he did. Yeah. I think he meant in terms of I think he meant in terms of styles, But yeah, what he did was very basic. But I mean, everybody knew that about Ugas. But Ugas is gonna fight. He's gonna fight. Expect that about him. But how y'all gonna say he can't beat top 5? He beat Pacquiao. A lot of people thought he beat Sean. Inactivity killed careers. Brendan, what's going on? Just need to give Ugas his. Yeah, he deserves his due. He deserves his due. Everybody got excuses. He ain't mess with Spencer Bull. Really beat Porter. Who are the other 2 for sure? He Come on, who? You know, he beat Sean, beat Pacquiao. Who the last one? Keith Thurman. I think he beat Keith Thurman. That's my opinion. Said no, no OJ. I don't know. He might have OJ. Might Boots to Ortiz. Ortiz got a better resume, but I think Boots beat him. I'll leave it at that. Hey, who your favorite fighter right now? Better BF, New UA, whatever you want to say. Like Terrence Crawford, uh, Josh Taylor, uh, Gary Russell. Uh, who else you got out there? I like a lean 122 pounder. I like Estrada. I like Emmanuel Navete. Who else you got there? Sheesh. I like Jamil Charlo, despite I know he crazy as fuck. I like seeing him fight. I like watching his brother fight too, Jamal. Who else you got out there? Deontay. Despite what I'm seeing, I don't like the excuse, but I like Deontay. Like it or not, I always like Tyson Fury. He cheated though, but before the cheating, when he beat Klitschko, I used to like him. I like him fight. I like he fighting offensive now, but take it how you want to take it. Who else you got out there? Like it or not, I like Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko fighting when they're not fighting each other. Who else you got out there? I like Joe Smith Jr. All them guys I like. All them guys I like to watch fight. I know I'm forgetting some people, but yeah, I like all watching them guys fight, man. All of them. All of them. I like watching fight, man. So I like those guys. I like Jaime fighting too. Jaime always get hit though. That's the thing about it. Like him fight. Pac always got sneaky excuses. Yo, Floyd always had excuses even after he won. I think they was valid because he won. I thought this was a premiere, not live. No, I'm just gonna go live. Nigga, wake up, nigga. It's what was it? 11:27 Omaha, y'all Eastern time. Y'all kick off next week versus Illinois. Y'all niggas out here cheating and losing. Y'all better go stop Scott Frost from cheating. Would you be surprised if Virgil ended up beating Bud? Yeah, a little bit. Not a lot. I'm not surprised by nothing no more because these motherfuckers ain't active. And Ortiz got a 100% knockout ratio, so I'm not gonna be totally surprised. He definitely got more of a puncher's chance. I ain't never surprised. You going to any more fights? Probably not. I probably think about Canelo and Canelo and what's the old boy name? Caleb Plant. I think about doing that, but I got that move, so I don't know. Pacquiao's not honorable at all, but he nice. And him being nice, get him by. He said, how you feel about Devin Haney after Linares fight? You think he beat? Yeah, he can. If he's an easy target, people be lining up to fight him. They're saying Lomachenko to go beat him instead of Richard Comey. But like I said before, anytime you master hit and don't get hit, or you close to mastering it, you got his athleticism and speed. He's gonna be hard to get fights, very hard. Shakir only getting these fights because he was the Godfather. We kick off Saturday. I'm gonna be in Illinois for that. Man, you going to Illinois to watch that slaughter? You want to watch them? That's like watching them slaughter a pig. It's like no. Illinois been kind of. They did lose Lovie Smith. You like playing chances? He has no chances other than injury and punchers. I don't think he really got that. But I say Ugas is a good fighter. A Cuban boxing film, they technically skilled. He just wasn't popping. Our people know him, and he gives any welterweight hell. Yeah, he anywhere. He ain't gonna just go out there and get blew out unless he get knocked out, and that can happen. That can happen to anybody. He ain't gonna go out there and get blew out the water unless it's a knockout. He gonna be there. He one of them motherfuckers like Sean Porter. If you notice, him and Sean Porter got similar styles too. Nobody gonna talk about that. They like to walk you down when they're at their best. They like to walk you down. They like to pressure you. They got the same style. Just Ugas is more polished. Ugas can get his shots off. Ugas got more power. I think Sean got a lot of power too. Him and Kenny just don't know how to get their shots off. They don't know how to get leverage. And they ain't been able to fix that. They ain't gonna fix that moving now. I think they got better leverage fighting taller fighters. That's where he gets his leverage. They never figure out how to get his leverage against fighters less than 6 feet, and that's their biggest issue. But him and Ugas do the same thing. I think Ugas' jab is more efficient. I just think it's better. I won't say efficient, but Ugas gonna walk you down and counter you. And I think Ugas are better body punchers too. I think Sean just do what Ugas do recklessly. It'd have been fun to see Sean Porter fight the way Sean Porter did versus Ugas. I think that probably be the best fight y'all ever seen before since the turn of the century. You know, I think him and Ugas fighting the way they fight. And I think Kenny told him to switch his style because he knew Ugas. Even though Ugas wouldn't have put the output Sean would have put, his shots would have had more leverage and they would have been better. They would have landed better on Sean Porter. He might have dropped Sean Porter a couple more times had Sean Porter came out and fought like he usually do. You can't fight like that versus no counterpuncher. I think, you know, y'all talking about Pacquiao. Ugas is perfect for Pacquiao. No doubt. I think Ugas is perfect for Sean Porter. Sean Porter just, you know, Kenny told him to box going to the ring. That was a stupid decision, but ultimately I think it was a smart decision. Had he ran down on Pacquiao, had he ran down on Ugas like he usually do, he would have got knocked out, bro. Or he would have got dropped a couple times. Manny's not humble, disrespect Ugas. Of course he did. Because he couldn't believe it. He went into that fight not believing he can lose. When you don't believe you can lose and you overall confident and arrogant, that's where you at your most vulnerable state. Illinois got Brett Bielema as the coach from Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, they're going to get it together. Yeah, I like Brett Bielema. He went to the NFL. Remember, he started coaching for the Patriots. I think he interviewed the BR defensive coordinator in Detroit under Matt Patricia. Yeah, Brett Bielema, hell of a coach. If anybody get Illinois back running on football, it'd be him. If they ever was running, I don't really remember Illinois being good even as a kid. But yeah, Brett Bielema can coach. You know, I would have liked to have him at Michigan, low key. We should have fired Harbaugh and got Brett Bielema. He would have had way more resources than he had at Wisconsin, Illinois. But you hear Ugas had 3 opponent changes before the Pac fight. First, it was EJ Berto, Madonna. Yep. Fabian Madonna, he meant. Sean, my God, but he let AB drop him. This is sometimes you lose focus. You know, it wasn't that he was hurt. He got hit with a shot you don't see coming. You ever see those videos on the internet where they be somebody blindside somebody? You know, they be kind of doing something or they be fighting somebody else and they hit them and they go to sleep. That's because they didn't brace for the shot. When you don't brace for a shot, you don't see a shot coming. It's probably not gonna hurt you sometimes, but it's gonna drop you. It's your equilibrium, whatever you want to call that shit. So you see those fights and they in the street and they sleep somebody and he ain't see it coming. That's because he wasn't bracing for the shots. You able to brace for shots. Most fighters can take shots they can brace for. You know, if you can knock a motherfucker out with a shot that they can see coming right down the pipe, that's why the hook is so crucial. That's why the hook is a choice of a lot of people's knockout punch. Because the hook you don't see coming. You know, if you can knock some nigga out with a straight shot, I mean, you a cold motherfucker. Because a straight shot, unless they eye close or unless something going on, they don't see that shit coming. That's why the hook is usually the choice of a knockout because it comes from an angle or a looping right hand like Ugas would come from an angle you can't see. That's why Roy Jones like to throw a hook, especially if you can fire from the hip like he could. You can't see that shit coming from the hip. You barely see. A lot of times you don't see it coming from. Think about it, if you got your hands up, it's hard to see a hook. And then you drop them when you throw a shot, you're gonna get caught with a hook. That's why the hook probably got more knockouts than any other shot. If you look in the history of boxing, shit, even knockdowns. You know, the uppercut is lost art, but the uppercut too. They're hard to see coming. But if you able to knock people out with straight shots, you a power puncher. Julian Jackson, Gerald McClellan, they like straight shots. They can knock you out with straight shots. You know, Mike Tyson was getting knocked out because he was getting leverage. Think about a hook coming from nigga your ankles, nigga, or your kneecaps. You 6'6" or 6'5", your fucking hook coming from your kneecaps. You can't see that shit coming. You can't see that shit coming. That's why Andre Ward told. That's why he said, not Andre Ward, but Roy Jones said Andre Ward. Roy Jones said Kovalev needed a hook to beat Andre Ward. If Kovalev had a hook and if he had a left hook, he would have beat Andre Ward. If he had a true left hook, a hard punching left hook, he'd probably go down as one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time, somewhere in the top 20 or 30. Real talk, he would have went down. If he had a hook, Kovalev would have been dangerous. Kovalev just had a 1-2. He didn't have a left hook. He don't have a right hook. He ain't looped the right hand. He have an uppercut. Had he added an uppercut and a left hook, he wouldn't have been no Michael Spinks and no Michael Moore. But he would have been up there. AB Ugas Spence dropped him. Porter lost focus later. He always lose. He lost focus. That's all it was. You know, shit happens. You know, sometimes you drive and you lose focus. I remember reading my brother was driving one day. I ran the light in Dearborn. Shit, I wasn't paying attention. My mind was somewhere else. You think Fulton beats Figueroa easy? Yes. Figueroa could win if he just come in there and don't give a fuck. He can't come in there and think. He got to come in there and he can't come in there and think. If Fulton start thinking, he hurt his chances of winning. If Fulton come in there and start thinking, so I wish I could find that video of Bernard Hopkins talking about throwing the right hand. He said you don't think about throwing it, you just throw it. It's pretty much second nature. But yeah, if he in there thinking, I think he still can win, but I think it hurt his chances. Figueroa just come in there, hitting him on the elbow, hitting him on the hip. I just tell Figueroa, hit him anywhere, push him back, use my jab. The key for Figueroa is not to think, be reckless, and use a jab. And just be in his face and don't let him get off. He let Fulton start moving, and Fulton showed versus Angelo Leo that he can fight on the inside. But Figueroa ain't got no chance on the outside. Figueroa stay on the outside, he gonna get beat up. He's not gonna say beat up, he gonna get picked apart. If he close the distance and just get nasty with Fulton, hit him on the hip, push him, use his elbow, throw combinations, use the jab to walk in, he got a chance. I would like to go to that one. That's at the Park MGM. They're probably gonna shoot tickets up for that one too. That uppercut hurts because fighters barely see it coming in short shots. Yeah, I've seen looping uppercuts hurt people too. So yeah, you're gonna see them, the hooks and the uppercuts. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't see them coming sometimes. Like Tyson resumes iffy 50-50. He said, what? Resume. I said resume. Resume 50-50. Nah, for him to be doing what he did as a kid, I can't say. I think his resume is pretty good. Resume is wins and loses. Everybody just focus on wins when you talk about resumes. But a resume is a win and a loss. He fought an old Larry Holmes. He fought the greatest light heavyweight of all time, from the greatest fighting family, the Spinks family, Michael Spinks. He fought Trevor Berbick. I mean, he had a hell of a resume. Wins and losses. Lost to Lennox. Lost to Buster Douglas. People forget Buster Douglas was going to fight. He was going to fight Roy Jones at one point in time until Roy Jones' daddy said no. You had he fought who else did he fight? Evander Holyfield twice. The only fight I want to see him fight that he didn't fight was Riddick Bowe. That's the only fighter that he didn't really fight was Riddick Bowe. That's the only fight I really want to see him in, Riddick Bowe. That would have been a great fight for New York City. CJ, what's good? Go look at the coach. Oh yeah, I seen that shit. He said, look on that coach. Yeah, I watched it. That shit was fire, bro. It was just a whole bunch of they was so big, man. They thought they was ignorant, bro. And I can't say I would have changed. You get so much money, nigga. That was my favorite. I remember people said they ain't like it. But black people don't like shit that make them think. I wonder how Fulton is gonna fight him. He likes to beat people up in their own game. He fight him at his own game. He gonna open the door up to lose. Fulton wins because Figueroa is just gonna fight in the pocket. He can't fight on the outside. I ain't never seen him big. Seeing it, he bigger than Edgar. That's why I need to Fulton. Aleem on that. Yeah, he the co-feature. Aleem will beat both dudes. I like Fulton. I'll take Fulton. I like to see Aleem and Fulton. Ugas 2 in January. Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, so Pacquiao said he wanted the rematch, right? So, like I said, I showed the video of him, his wife feeding him food, and honestly, that's just the life of a fighter. That's the life of a fighter. If you ain't got a good woman helping you and got a good support system, that's gonna happen, right? That's gonna happen. So, but yeah, every fighter go through it. People talking about Errol Spence being a drunk, we junk about it, but like I said in the past. I know several fighters that was on crack cocaine or just cocaine. Honestly, I know several fighters. I'm not gonna say them, but I know several fighters that on drugs. Floyd revealed that. Go look this interview. Go look up Floyd Mayweather interview on Frankie Randall. Frankie Randall, rest in power, just passed a couple months or last year was it? I think it was December or January, something like that. He was the first man to beat Julio Cesar Chavez, and Floyd Mayweather tell the story about how he used to live with Frankie Randall, and his wife was sending Floyd out to go get Frankie Randall when he was drunk in the street, and he said he was found Frankie Randall drunk and all this type of stuff, and he had to bring Frankie Randall home, and he said basically that's when he started living a pro lifestyle. So that's nothing new, even for football players and players that play contact sports. I mean, what else you gonna cope with when you're dealing with head injuries and when you retire you don't have health benefits in football. When you active boxer you don't have health benefits that are out your pocket. What else you think you have if you take trauma for a living? What else you think you're gonna turn to? That's why fighters turn. That's why them athletes turn to marijuana. When you're dealing with blunt trauma, why you think so? What else I'm gonna turn to? If you ain't never played a sport, It come with a lot of pain, or contact sport come with a lot of pain, lifetime of injuries, concussions. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you take punches for a living. So yeah, of course people gonna turn to drinking and turn to drugs and turn to that shit. You know, it's amazing that Floyd Mayweather, even if you consider him the greatest defensive fighter of all time, you know, which I would agree, he is the greatest defensive fighter of all time. You know, that's another conversation for another day. But that I seen. But yeah, that come with the territory. Being sore when you younger, you can recover from that shit. When you older, shit. Try to go skating right now if you skated as a kid. Remember, you used to skate, you used to be sore after skating the next morning. But shit, you stretch, stretch your leg, pop your ankles, pop your knees, you back out there doing it again. Shit, you falling on the skating ring right now, you lucky if you can skate. You got one rookie in the field, Zach Wilson. I don't know. Hold that thought. I think about Mike Tyson was on coke. Shit, there's a lot of fighters that was on a lot worse. But yeah, Pacquiao says that he has revealed that he is considered a rematch with Yordenis Ugas in January. No decision made yet. He said, quote, I think about it because I can't believe one of the easiest opponents I ever faced did that. And my thing is this, man. I really think he need money. Because the way he got knocked out by Marquez, and I think he legitimately fighting for the bag. Because there ain't nobody really, and I know it's a bravado thing, but ain't nobody mad at Manny Pacquiao that he lost to Ugas. He 42 years old. I think money is a part of this. And I think if he's gonna continue to fight, I think you on a collision course to see him fight Spence. If he beat Ugas, he gonna fight Spence. We know what's gonna happen. I think Pacquiao need that fight. And if he can't get Spence, I don't be surprised if Crawford come over and fight Porter and then fight Pacquiao. I just think he need that bad. Whatever reason, I don't think it's an addiction to boxing. It could be. He got 70 plus fights or whatever it is. It may be an addiction to boxing. But also, I think financially he need that, and I think it's an ego thing with Ugas beating him. It's not a public backlash. Maybe it's a public embarrassment losing to Ugas, but I think part of this is financially he needs security. But like I said before, man, I don't mind seeing it, because Sean Porter didn't want to give Ugas a rematch, right? Keith Thurman, he don't deserve an Ugas fight after sitting out for 2 years and not competing, not wanting to fight Spence, not wanting to fight Crawford, not wanting to rematch Sean Porter for a while. You don't deserve it. Mikey Garcia damn sure don't deserve it. Danny Garcia don't deserve it. I'd rather them give it to a motherfucker like Abel Ramos again. I'd rather them give him to the dude that robbed Michael Fox. I'd rather them move down somebody and come fight him. I'd rather Kavlaskis get it before a lot of them dudes. Josito Lopez. Because a lot of them dudes sat there and they did Ugas wrong. They didn't want to rematch Ugas. They didn't want to fight Ugas. So to be honest, if it ain't Crawford, I'd rather see Spence, right away. I'd rather see Ugas I'd rather Ugas fight Manny Pacquiao again. I ain't tripping. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard sell to sell it for $75 again. I mean, it wasn't a bad fight, but damn, the fight didn't change my mind about paying $75, $80 for it. It didn't change my mind. But there's some things you can do different. Yeah, he can get off earlier. They fought again in January. Think about it too. If Sean and Terrence fight, right, that's gonna get Sean, Terrence. That's one pay-per-view. You got Woodley, Paul coming up this weekend. That's 2. You got Oscar De La Hoya, Vita Belfort. That's 3. You got Wilder Fury 3. That's 4. You got Canelo, Caleb Plant. That's 5. And then you got Tank coming back. That could be 6 pay-per-views in the last half of the year. Nobody, come on. Honestly, do people want to see that shit? So I really think, man, I don't really see Sean and Keith happening, especially on PBC, not this year, but because of the pay-per-views of Sean and Terrence. But excuse me, hold on. But if they rematch, I mean, that's gonna give you what? 1 second. It's gonna give you August pay-per-views. Do we have a pay-per-view in July? Nope. No, because it's Water Fury. We got August, September, October, November, December. 6 months, it'll give you a lot of pay-per-view run. A long pay-per-view run, but I don't mind it. I don't mind Pacquiao get another crack at Ugas because he ain't gonna fight Crawford. And Errol Spence ain't ready yet. So I don't have an issue with it. I think Ugas deserved a bag. He was willing to rematch Sean Porter. Sean Porter wasn't willing to rematch him. Keith didn't want to compete with the other welterweights like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, or even a Jamal James. Keith Thurman don't deserve that shot. Sean don't deserve that shot. Only people that deserve it is Earl, Terrence, and Manny Pacquiao. So Pacquiao, I like it. He can have a rematch. I'm all for it. I'll definitely tune in to watch it. But the rest of those guys that I didn't name, or the ones that don't deserve it, I don't care. Keith Thurman don't deserve that fight. Sean don't deserve it. Mikey don't deserve it. Danny Garcia don't deserve it. So they weren't trying to fight Ugas when he was coming from the bottom. When he started up from the bottom, now we here. So like I said, I don't mind. Sean Pacquiao want to come back. Things he could do different is meet and push Ugas backwards. That's what he can do different. If you let Ugas get position on top of him and keep pushing him backwards, it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night. If he able to push Ugas backwards and use his angles, I just don't think he got the legs no more. Ugas took them angles away by being in his grill. Why you all in my grill? That's what happened. That's how you fight Pacquiao. That's how Errol was gonna fight him. That's how Jeff Horn fought him. That's how Ugas fought him. You gotta be in his chest. You gotta be in his face. And like Lion Killer said, when you got Pacquiao thinking, it's never good. When he thinking about making moves and doing maneuvers, Pacquiao's just an instinctual fighter. He just does stuff off instincts. And when you make him think, you beat Pacquiao. And I think Ugas is gonna repeat his performance as long as his head don't get too big. As long as he don't do the Roberto Duran leading up to the Sugar Ray Leonard 2 fight. If he out here popping bottles, taking shots, chilling with his wife, and he get fat and out of shape, Pacquiao gonna come back and beat him. But then also, you seen what type of shape Manny Pacquiao was in. His wife was feeding him some shit like applesauce or oatmeal or malto meal or cream of wheat or whatever that was. I put it on the screen again. Hold on. He doesn't look fit. So think about it. You older, like I just said, it takes more time to heal. It takes more time to heal. And you see this shit. You see this shit. Because if we talking about Ugas coming back fight Pacquiao and not taking the an interim fight, look at him. If somebody got to feed you and you 42 years old after Ugas did this to you, y'all really expect to see him back anytime soon? So they do come back. You talking about Mayish. Earlier, you talking about Mayish, Aprilish. That's what you talking about, Mayish, Aprilish. Because think about it right now. Let's say he out for the rest of the year. So if he come back in May, he gonna need April, March, 8-week training camp. So you talking about him healing September, October, November, January. And also he might run for president and his political policies and stuff of that nature. He may not be ready until May. May not be ready till May. And Ugas, and the one thing that's encouraging about him fighting Ugas, one thing about him encouraging fighting Ugas is Ugas not gonna do shit different. Ugas is not gonna throw a double looping right hand. Ugas not gonna throw a left hook right hand. Ugas not gonna step on the gas and get Pacquiao the fuck up out of there. He not. That's not the type of fighter Yordenis Ugas is. So the good thing about Ugas is that the thing about fighting Ugas is you know exactly what you get. It's like when that Krispy Kreme light come on, that red light come on. You know exactly how that donut gonna taste. You know the texture. You know the warmth of the donut. You know all that shit. You fight Ugas, it's like a Krispy Kreme donut when the light come on. You know exactly what you gonna get. So that's another thing encouraging you to fight. Had Errol Spence put the beast by Dre on him and got him up out there, hurt him really bad. It wouldn't have been no second thought. Wouldn't have been no rematch. He said that's why I think Earl can't be who he was. Pac-Man really flew out of. I don't think the eye injury had nothing to do with a Ferrari at all. I don't think an eye injury did it. You know, when you talking about a retina, you can, when you doing bodybuilders and they lifting them heavy weights, when they try to power clean or clean and jing, when they trying to just deadlift something, you can actually get a retina from straining, from lifting, from stress, from being nearsighted. Maybe Earl needed glasses. So that car injury had shit to do with his eye. You know, when he left the hospital, they had to do a full check, and he got great insurance. I guarantee you that. When the commission double checked him, they had to make sure he was all good. So, no, Danny Garcia didn't cause an eye injury, or I don't think in camps it could have been something else. I'm telling y'all, man, when you live a certain lifestyle, man, or you got a certain genetics, man, sometimes eyes, when you got to do too nearsighted, maybe he's nearsighted, he might have to come back and wear glasses. Big, I'm a big fan. Appreciate it, LD Josh Jr. Appreciate the support, man. Y'all thumbs up the video, man. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Come on, we got 56 people in here, 26 likes. Let's get to 56. You mind can't both so hype? No. And after I seen Lee Shelby put a whoop on him, money is the motivation. Gotta be. Kwame, what's going on, brother? He said go get him an exhibition. I mean, yeah, he could do that. I think pride is involved. And financially, it's a little bit bigger fighting Ugas. But like I said, he should have been fighting the motherfucker's name. He should have been fighting all since he's been gone. He should have been fighting. When I say he should have been fighting other top 15 opponents that we don't know. He should have fought Fabian Madonna, Johan Gonzalez, Abel Ransbo, the Thailand Malabanga guy, the dude that was IBF champion. He should have been fighting Alexis Rocha, Keita Obre. He should have been fighting Ivan Galoob. He should have been fighting guys in the top 15 that we really didn't know to stay busy on Fox. He would have made Fox a lot of money. He would have made Al Heyman a lot of money. He probably would have got Fox deal renewed. But you know, when you getting a certain amount of money, you're not gonna move for a little money. Sugar Short salute. Manny allegedly embellishing money over there in this country. That's why he has those IRS problems the last 10 years. That's not what it was. I don't think it was. It was I think he owed money from his fight purses. Because you know when the fighters on the company don't take the money out the purses. So that's not what it is. IRS don't care what you do over there. What's happening is he got caught. He didn't pay his taxes over here. So when you get a 1099, what's it called, a 1090 form or a self-employment form, you got to take the taxes out yourself. I worked those type of jobs before. You got to take the taxes out yourself. Like people that do Lyft, I think people that do Lyft and Uber, they got to take the taxes out themselves. Independent contracts. So you got to take the taxes out yourself. Maybe you might pay too much, you get a refund. And a lot of people don't pay enough, but like I said before, they say legally, it's been said that you don't have to pay taxes. In the 10th round, I said Pacquiao going to be slurring in the fight again. You see Derrick James said Manny isn't skilled, just athletic. I don't agree with that. But a lot of people said that about Roy Jones. Roy Jones was just predicated off his reflexes and his athleticism. I think he's skilled. I don't think he's the most skilled fighter. So I do agree with that statement. I don't know. He's definitely skilled. But yeah, he's not the most skillful motherfucker. You know, but when you talking about fading and moving out and jumping in, he ain't no Sugar Ray Robinson. He ain't no Floyd Mayweather. So I agree with that a little bit from a certain perspective. Convenience. Did I say that right? Convenience. I think, did you mean complacency? I don't know. I'm sorry. Dude, eyes show what? Shut. The fool said, why would you put a video like that out? I mean, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I wouldn't. A lot of that stay behind closed doors. But that's a great maybe because I don't know. He don't look too good. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. Come on, man. We got 34 now. Come on, let's get to 44. D Greg salute. He said good shit, salute. I got a champion hoodie look just like that. I just be throwing them bitches on. I don't really buy clothes no more. We was just talking about that. Ain't say nothing about his eye. I said the car accident changed. Okay, my bad. Pac-Man should fight Ryan Garcia if he need the money. Man, he been to kill Ryan Garcia even now. Foden's going to win. He a beast. David Gonzalez, I agree. Ryan Garcia will whoop Manny Pacquiao now. I don't know, man. I don't know. You might be right. Ali 313 said Ugas versus Manny. 2 of them. Man, Ugas better not go over to the Manilas. he gonna get the thrill in Manila on his ass, I wouldn't go over there. Hell no. The money had to be super right. I gotta get Spence and Crawford money, Pacquiao money combined into one. Pac-Man better sit his ass down somewhere. Eric, Vinny, what's going on, my brother? Hope it's all is well. But yeah, I mean, maybe you do need to sit down, but as a fighter, it's hard to stop doing something. A lot of you niggas, man, a lot of you niggas can't stop hooping. Y'all addicted to hooping, nigga. Your hoop dreams is over with. And don't hit me with that. I just use it to stay in shape shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Hey dog, I just use it to stay in shape. Okay. Tell that to your mama. So Pacquiao put this out. Pacquiao admits he begged for a fifth Marquez fight, does not regret KO loss. He said, He said, I was begging my promoter to get another fight with Marquez. I wanted another, but Marquez withdrew from the discussion, said Pacquiao, ESPN Deportes. I don't feel bad because I feel like that was a great experience in my career. This is boxing. You cannot always keep winning. Sometimes you lose, said Pacquiao. He said, it makes me happy to be an inspiration to my people, and I want people at the end of the day, end of my career, to remember me not only for being the champion in the ring, but also being a champion outside the ring. What I achieved in boxing goes beyond what I ever imagined. Fighting 8 different divisions, being a champion in 4 decades. I am happy that in my life I was able to contribute to history in boxing. My bad. But I mean, obviously, man, of course he wanted the 5th fight. If you being real, you can't be mad at either one of the guys. Pacquiao fought him over and over again. Pacquiao gave him chance after chance. He gave him chance after chance to redeem himself. Remember, Pacquiao wasn't on they had a draw, I think, one time. But Pacquiao, a lot of the public thought Pacquiao won all those fights. Even though some hardcore aficionados had Marquez winning that fight. They were the perfect match for each other. They were the perfect fight for it. When they first fought, it was a split draw. Which one of them fights that Marquez got knocked down like 20 fucking times? It was the first fight. He got knocked down 3 times in the first fight. So they first fight in 2004. Then they fought in 2008 the second time. Pacquiao won a split draw. Let me share this with y'all. My bad. Let me share this with y'all so I can see this shit. Here y'all go. So the first time they fought in 2004. Did I say 2004? Yeah, right here. That's the first fight. When Pacquiao was down, when Marquez was down 3 times in the first round, then it looked like he won damn near almost every round after that. Then they fought the second time in 2008. The first time they fought was what? It was 125. It was a featherweight. They fought in 2008 at super featherweight. It was Pacquiao won split decision. They fought 2011. Technically, it was at welterweight. 143, 142. Majority draw. Pacquiao won a majority draw. Then he got stopped in the 4th fight. So, like I said before, of course, Marquez had the most convincing win in the series. Pacquiao had the most convincing. Marquez, of course. And Pacquiao kept awarding Marquez fight at the fight, even no matter what division it was at, from featherweight, super featherweight, all the way to welterweight. So he kept awarding them fights. But then again, you can't knock Marquez for one reason only. You can't do it. He never fought again. My bad, he did. My bad. Yeah, he fought Bradley. He lost to Bradley and fought Mike Alvarado. I remember the Alvarado fight vaguely. So, yeah, he should have fought him again. I think so. But when you thought you was robbed 3 times, I understand. But I forget he did fight Bradley on pay-per-view. You want to know how I remember that fight? One of my homies went to the fight, right? He went to that fight. And he hit us up after the fight. He said they was fighting that bitch. I think that was at the Alamo Dome. No, Thomas and Mack. He said they was fighting in that hoe. They was mad. They said Bradley had Ryan Marquez. And Bradley clearly won that fight. That wasn't no Pacquiao shit. Bradley clearly won that fight. Bradley, if you watched it at home, it's a different experience. If you've never been to a fight, it's a totally different experience. It's a totally different experience from that fight. And remember, this was on the heels of Pacquiao, Tim Bradley, robbing Manny Pacquiao. I think it was. Hold on. Yeah, yep. It was 2 fights later for Bradley. He fought Pacquiao. I remember he took some time off because they were saying that he robbed Pacquiao. He said he was going. He almost thought about suicide, I believe, allegedly. Then he fought Provodnikov in one of the greatest fights that you will see. And then he fought Marquez after that. So yeah. So when you look at that situation too, man, I think he should have gave him a rematch. But then when you felt you was robbed 3 times, you really can't fault nobody. He said, which network you think likely to get Bud or Porter? I honestly don't care, but I heard the rumor that Eddie Hearn was gonna win the purse bid, but I don't know. I don't think Sean Porter gonna fight. I could be wrong. 43 and was whooping, was hooping was my first love. I'm going to do it till I can't do it no more. See, I told you it was one of them niggas out here. I told you it had to be somebody. I'm talking shit. Told you somebody was gonna be hooping. They can't let that shit go. They going to the league. So no, I hoop. I don't hoop no more, but I play with the neighborhood kids. What's up, you Lion Killer? I'll go subscribe to Lion Killer podcast. But yeah, I told y'all. Ugas won. Why would he go to the Philippines? Shit. Pacquiao had a belt. He went to Australia. Shit. What you talking about? Shit, we see Fisher shit happen. Russell Weed Hill. Yeah, I'm 34. I still hoop and play flag football. See, you niggas gonna go out there and hurt yourself. So don't talk shit. You gotta do. I mean, everybody don't like to lift weights and everybody don't like to do calisthenics. Everybody don't like to sit in the sauna. Everybody don't swim. You know, everybody don't want distance. So everybody got their own little things to stay in shape. That's gonna keep them young. I like to lift. I like to jog. That's what I do. But yeah, definitely like I still can hoop a little bit. He don't need to fight Ugas again. He will get knocked out. Need the time. Maybe live wire sports entertainment, but Ugas doesn't show the complexity to do something different. But these lanes was overanalyzed Crawford tweets like he was dissing Earl. He clearly was suspended recovery. Earl. They gonna spin things. They create their own narrative winning wars. Is your title name anything to do with Wu-Tang Winter War song where Capadonna totally ripped the song? Have you ever seen somebody get a own video for a verse? That's one of the best verses you'll hear in Wu-Tang. But yeah, you know that's what they do, man. At the end of the day, man, it is what it is. He said Marquez won one or two of them. One or two of them. Marquez was nasty. Yeah, that's what kind of thing Ugas was. Ugas was a longer, more aggressive Marquez. You know, that's what he was. Marquez was a dude that made a lot of excuses too. He's probably my favorite Mexican fighter. He made excuses going over to Argentina fighting Chris John. You know, right here. You know, and he kept crying. He was a new motherfucker that kept making excuses. But think about this. He lost his first professional fight. We got DQ'd though. He came back and knocked old boy out. You know. Then he lost to Freddie Norwood. I think Freddie Norwood was a brother. I could be wrong. Yep. He was a brother, like Marvin Hagler Jr. Yep, so he from St. Louis. So he lost to a brother. So, you know, like I said before, it was a lot of excuses throughout his career, too. Remember, he beat Orlando Salido back in 2004. So, yeah, it's a lot of excuses made. But, like I said before about all this, man, with him, I mean, it's subjective to what y'all want to hear and what y'all want to know. But at the same time, you know, him and Pacquiao was made for each other. They were made for each other. They were tailor-made for each other. I like both of them. When they fought, man, it was fireworks. Earl need Crawford to solidify his status at welterweight, but does Crawford need Earl? At the end of the day, the social media is fanfare. It's subjective. So maybe we feel that way, but getting 2 belts might solidify him. But you know what? When motherfuckers move up and they succeed, people say, well, he would have beat Crawford, or he would, you know, whatever. So people don't break. That's what I'm trying to explain to my ranking welterweight video from the other day. People don't rank fighters based on they resume at a division if they fought in multiple divisions. They rank them on their overall career, and that's how the ranking go. But like I said before, Earl made a lot of money in the sport. So is Terrence Crawford. They probably feel they don't need each other, or the other way around. Manny White had to feed him grits with butter. Man, that sounds good. Put some sugar on that hoe, some salt and pepper. Yeah, man. I'm a grit master. I make the best grits, dude. Ali, he said, all right. They probably do an exhibition. Man, I ain't hooped in a minute. Now I go around the corner hoop the neighborhood kids every now and again. Pacquiao a bit diluted. He always diluted after he leave. My man, what's going on? What's up? Crystal C say I don't got that he don't got that Marquez. I think he do. I just think he don't follow up. I think Ugas can punch. Yeah, they need each other. I think Ugas can punch. They just don't. Grits disgusting. You slow your man. You got to. I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna put your ass on timeout for that comment, bro. I sure am. Hold on, I'm putting him on timeout, bro. For that comment, that's disrespectful, bro. He got to go on timeout, man. That's my man's. For making that type of comment right there, he got to go on timeout, bro. For 300 seconds, he got to go on timeout. That was the most disrespectful shit I heard all day. You see that comment? Disrespectful, man. Grits is good. Grits is great. Put me some butter, some sugar on that hoe, man. Whip that hoe up, man. Or put some salt and pepper on that, man. Come on. I can't believe my New York brethren said that shit, man. Can y'all believe that, man? Make sure the thumbs up button, man. I can't believe that comment, man. That hurt my soul right there, man. That shit, hell yeah, them hoes here. Get you some bacon, some turkey bacon, or some regular bacon, some sausage patties, sausage links. Get you some eggs or whatever you eat, some toast. Shit, man, that nigga, man, hurt my soul saying that, man. Yeah, he tripping, bro. He tripping, man. I want to be. Where's my shit, dog? My shit, man. I had to time that nigga out, man. Time that nigga out. Any other additional questions, man? I hang around for a minute. Man, grits with butter and sugar, egg and bacon. Shit, I do with salt and pepper, whatever, man. Man, I heard somebody say they don't eat macaroni because they don't like wet noodles. I'm like, what? What kind of other noodles are there? Are there hard? You eat your noodles straight off the pack? Man, you eat your noodles straight off the pack, man. You disrespect grits and macaroni and cheese, then we gotta fight. We gotta fight. I know he don't eat meat, but I'm like, damn, what's life without grits and meat? He said my girl hates sugar on her grits. Cool. I like salt and pepper too. But sugar do be hitting though. You gotta watch your sugar nowadays. You're getting older. I said you're not eating them right. I mean, I ain't always just eat them with sugar. Back in the day when my mama boyfriends put sugar on my grits, man, I never turned back. My great grandma, when she was alive, she used to be mad. She used to want to beat his ass for that. I'm like, put some grits on there, grandma. Grits? Grits? I'm like, well, sugar. She said sugar. That shit was wild. She said sugar. She needs to know about. You don't need no sugar on your grits. I put it on there. Your grandma will give you what you want though. They don't get you. But come on, hit the thumbs up button if y'all have it. Your grandparents gonna give you whatever you want, man. Hit the thumbs up button. But yeah, if I do come alive later, I'll be back. If not, I don't know. Depends on my time. I'll be with videos later. But I can't believe this nigga Kobe said he just hated on grits, man. I know the great late Kobe Bryant loved grits, but I appreciate you. He said Manny needs to retire. Exactly. We all agree on that one. But make sure you hit the thumbs up button, man. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, my Facebook group link. All that's in the description, man. You can find that there too. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link. All that's in the description, man. Show love and financially donate. You can show love right now. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. All my social media links there. Hit me up. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.